What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Entre Mike, back where the Entre is short for entrepreneur. And in this video, we're going to be doing our weekly spot market update for box trucks in 2025. That way you guys can be informed on what the rates are looking like. Make sure if you guys enjoy these videos, you drop down your city and state. And that's if you want to see your search results next week on next week's video. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump into it.
Pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra. Fuck with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on it and next. Fuck this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it.
All right, y'all, so we're just gonna start off going over where the rates are in each part of the market. And even though the Midwest is just holding on at 207 a mile, it looks like the Midwest is still the best place to keep your truck when running with a 26-foot box truck, because we're searching the van rates. Now, Northeast, I believe, is a lot lower than last time as well. It looks like the West Coast is somehow still beating the Southeast. I would argue it's just being held up by Cali and Arizona, maybe a little. Yeah, I would just say Cali and Arizona. And South Central getting closer and closer to the Midwest rates. So that is going to be something that we kind of check and see, how and why it's happening. But I'm almost confident. Keep your trucks in the Midwest and you'll do just fine. Then we got the good old load to truck ratio. That's why I was saying these things just nowadays are just not matching. But we can see somehow the South Central and Southeast still have a much higher load to truck ratio at 5.5 plus. So just to give you guys preference, if you're brand new watching the video, load to truck ratio is important because, let's say you're in Georgia. This chart is basically signifying that, for every truck, there's going to be 5.5 loads per truck, right? Or plus. So you kind of want to keep your trucks in a mix of where there's a high load to truck ratio and of course where the rates are following that too. So I would, you can only imagine somehow Illinois is only 1 to 2.5, but it's the holy grail. It might be because more companies are putting their trucks there due to the freight being pretty plentiful majority of the time, right? And then if we want to see where we are relative to where we were in 2023 and 2024. The red line is 2023, green line 2024. The last spot market video we made, we were around here, and usually around this time of the year is when you start to see van rates trickle up a bit, right? As far as the load to truck ratio. And usually when load to truck ratio goes up, the spot rates follow. But what we're seeing right now, due to maybe the shakeup in the market with tariffs, is that we're actually heading downward. So this is something that we want to kind of keep an eye on. I wish they had a chart like this state by state. That'd be really interesting to kind of look at to see how the better states are doing. But overall, the overall load to truck ratio for vans in the market right now have decreased, right? So we got to watch out for that. Now here's the part of the video where we're about to do most of your guys' favorite part, and that is going over the search request from last week. I hope you guys really been enjoying it. Let's go ahead and hop into it. Let's get it. All right, so we're just going to go over the first search request. Let me move myself down a bit, which is always going to be Atlanta, Georgia. This is where most of my guys who watch the channel come from. Shout out to you guys. But for the origin, we got Atlanta, Georgia. This is where you want to put where you want to go out of or search for freight. Deadhead origin, 150 miles. Deadhead origin refers to the distance of miles you wouldn't mind traveling to go get the next load. Deadhead destination, same thing, referring to the destination side and where you want to go. So if I put like Columbus, Ohio here, it would only show me loads going within the radius of 150 miles of Columbus and Atlanta. So pretty cool feature. People really don't use that much unless they're going home, or unless they already got a load going in a certain direction. In equipment type, we got straight box truck, van, and van liftgate, right? Full type, we got full and partial. Length, we got 26 feet. Weight, 10,000 pounds. And for the date range, Let's do today and tomorrow. See how today and tomorrow. And we're gonna search. So we got 120 results right now. We're recording this around noon on Thursday. So I mean, looks pretty good. We're gonna start off with the highest rate per mile. Highest rate per mile right now is $2.39, going from Ball Ground, Georgia to Nicholasville, Kentucky. Paying about $2.39 a mile. That's not bad. $800. Let's check the comments out. We got 10 straps, E-tracks, 6 blankets, lift gate, pallet jack, driver assist. This is like the epitome of everything you need to run a box truck middle mile over the road, right? You're gonna need at least 10 to 20 straps. You're gonna need E-tracks in the box trucks to hook the E-straps to, right? 6 blankets, moving blankets. I would say you want to keep about 15 to 20. A lift gate. That's just, a part that comes with the box truck. You can have box trucks with lift gates and without them. And then you got pallet jack. This is how you're actually going to assist the pallets on to or off the truck with the lift gate. So this is like all in one. This is box truck. And that's probably why the rate is paying the highest on the board right now in this area, is because it's going to require more work to get it done. Now, is that worth it? $2.39 is not a bad rate in this market, as you guys saw in the first clip, what the averages are. But it's just, something to point out there. Next highest paying load, we have Madison, Georgia to Bryan, Ohio. $13.30 for 714 loaded miles. No box truck. So this is posted for a van and it's multiple stops. So it's not even, too worth it. Let's go ahead and go to the highest rate because we got a lot of searches this video. We got Palmetto, Georgia to Aurora, Colorado. Flock Freight, $2,600. Flock Freight will not ask you to email to inquire on posted loads. Must be some BS going on. Next highest paying load is going from Rome, Georgia to Albuquerque, New Mexico. No Landstar, chairs. So I guess the commodity is chairs. Must have 3 to 5 straps to secure and lift gate. So you're going to be probably bringing them down. Trailer must be clean and dry with no holes. Dedicated load only. So it's a lot to break down here too. No Landstar, so they don't want this to be double brokered. So if you're a Landstar broker, don't call it. The commodity is chairs. You must have 3 to 5 straps to secure. So it may not be much freight. And a lift gate, right, to assist with freight. So this is driver assist without them saying it's driver assist. Trailer must be clean and dry with no holes. Some of you guys will have holes in the floor of your deck or holes in your box if you've hit something. These are one of those loads you want to be super careful with, because if you end up taking this load and you do have holes in your truck, they can report this to the freight broker. Freight broker reports a freight guard on your authority. And you do not want a freight guard on your authority. I may make a completely different video just going over Carrier 411 and how brokers use this to vet their carriers, maybe later in the future. Just know, be an honest carrier, because if you don't, the rest of the brokers will not trust you along with that one, right? The next search we got is Chicago, Illinois, right? We're just going to go ahead and start off with the highest rate then. Got $2,000 going from Addison, Illinois to Chesterville, South Carolina for a straight box truck. Really nice. This is nice. No Gmail accounts. 26 feet, 4,000 pounds. And it's paying a rate of $2.35 a mile. That's a great 2-day trip to make $1,000. Driving probably like 8 to 9 hours, 8 to 10 hours a day. That's pretty solid. Probably even less than 8 to 10 hours, honestly. Next highest paying load, we got Homer Glen, Illinois to Wilson, North Dakota. My bad. General goods, 53 foot, 48 dry van required. You're gonna get that. The more you see SB, just know 90% of your loads are gonna be booked with straight box equipment. You'll probably be able to pick up more partial type loads, but it's kind of rare that you get the van ones unless you got a pretty high clearance, or can scale more weight, like if you're a CDL box truck. But let's go ahead and hit the highest rate per mile out of Chicago. We got 282 coming from Bensenville, Illinois to Louisville, Louisville, all right? Lift gate, pallet jack, and 5 straps. Pick up Friday, delivery 7 a.m. sharp on Monday. All right, so this is a pretty solid load, 282, 319 miles going to a decent market in Louisville. Not much volume, but when freight does come out of there, it's not too cheap. So, you know, good load, good paying load. It's most definitely something I'd take over the weekend if I was, you know, traveling somewhere near home or just trying to stay out on the road, honestly. Cool, cool, cool. Let's move on. The next one, straight box again. We already went over this one. Let's go this one. 750 to go, 357 miles. Going from Waukesha, Wisconsin to Slater, Iowa. Not really any comments, but good paying load, good paying load. Let's move on to the next search. All right, we got our next search request, which is Houston, Texas. A lot of common names in this video that you guys wanted to request. And we got Brenham, Texas to Tampa, Florida for the highest rate per mile. Wow, going that many miles? That's impressive. Yeah, solid coming out of Texas. All right, let's move on to the next. We got Houston, Texas to Montrose, Colorado. Dedicated 26-foot box truck, lift gate, and E-track. So they don't want you to partial this. The shippers will likely hand you a seal or put a seal on the truck before you actually leave with this one. So just keep this in mind, that even though a lot of these creators are showing you how to partial and telling you need to partial, every load won't be partialable, right? Every load won't be partialable. So you got to be careful as a carrier when deciding which freight you want to take based on the rate it's paying, right? No sprinters. Lift gate is required coming from Houston to Albuquerque. 1350 for 891 miles. Not the best rate. 16 feet, only 6,000 pounds. But, you know, with a trip going to New Mexico, we're going to need more money than that for sure. All right. And the next one was Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, wait, Houston. I forgot to go over yeah, we're good. And for the highest rate coming out of Houston is going to be the same one with the high rate per mile, which is very rare. But we'll take it. The second one is 2280 to go to Montana. Flock Freight. No box trucks, though. So let's go to the next highest straight box. Like I said, you guys want to pay attention to the equipment. So this says V for van. Sometimes you can get them, sometimes you can't. Next highest paying, I think we've seen this one too. Yeah, 1850 for 11, basically 1,200 miles. $1.50. That's kind of what we're seeing. That's kind of the norm for box trucks nowadays, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and hit Phoenix. That's the next search result. Next search request. Goodness gracious. Only 50 results out of Phoenix. When you get it out the West Coast, it's going to be a little drier, literally. But, you know, as far as freight too, what we got? 8 medical beds, lift gate, pallet jack, and 15 straps minimal. I'm glad you guys get to see this, because you guys probably think 20 straps is overkill. But some of these loads will require you to have 15 to 20 straps. 8,000 pounds of some medical beds. It's 1,000 pounds a piece. Loaded up, going 3,000, 12, basically 1,800 miles for $3,000. And it's going to Illinois, so this is a bright side. So, I mean, coming out of Arizona, since it's not much freight around Phoenix, you may want to take something like this just to, you know, get rolling at $1.70 and get better freight coming out of Illinois. Next one is next highest paying rate is, next highest paying rate is coming out of Arizona, Queen Creek, Arizona to, is it Spokane, Washington? Not much information. It says it's a van load too, but I doubt that they wouldn't, you know, keep box trucks from running it due to it being, you know, only 10,000 pounds. So, and 20 feet. This is where clearance really matters. They're going to ask, like, what's your clearance? And if, for the vans, if you're less than 98 to 102, you may not be able to get it, honestly. So let's look at and see what the highest rate per mile, probably, Okay, Salt Lake City, Utah. Says no box trucks for a van, so Flock Freight ain't playing. The highest for a straight box is the same one that we saw earlier, so no need in staying here too long. Not much freight on the board. All right. The last search result is going to be a dry one too. We got Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Highest rate coming out of here is $1,800 coming from Tulsa, Oklahoma to Salt Lake City, Utah with TQL $1.48. Tracking required. You're going to probably put that on every load for TQL. But it doesn't mean they're going to be the only guys that want to track you. So keep that in mind too. And then the highest rate, we're not going to waste too much time. It's coming from Muskogee, Oklahoma to Lebanon, Illinois. And no matter what, if it's going to Illinois, even the south part of Illinois, just take it and go. Take it and go. If it's paying $222 to go ahead and get out of there. Let's look at the information. It is a straight box, so that's good news. HVAC parts. 1 pick, 2 drops. Yeah. Wentzville, Missouri. Must be 312 by 96 by 96. So not too sure on the link. Probably, you know, right at 24 feet or something. I didn't do the math in my head, but it does have to be 96 by 96 at the door. So peep that. 96 by 96. Must have 92-inch door height clearance plus pallet jack and lift gate. Lift gate must be under truck. They don't want the lift gates that's kind of like hanging on the back, right? And that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be doing these weekly. I kind of got behind schedule. Just kind of been, you know, creating more content, more diverse type content that you guys are going to see coming soon on the channel. That's going to help tremendously. Hopefully some new partners that I can partner with and help you guys out as much as I can. Until next time, I'll see you guys next week. Peace.